Bally Sports Live presents Path to the Show with Prospects Live.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Path to the Show on Bally Sports Live and Stadium. We are your hosts, the Prospect Live guys. Starting with me, your friend, your host, your boy, Drew Wheeler, member of the Prospect Live Dynasty team. And with me, as always, is your friend and mine, the free range human, the face of baseball media, Reese B. White. Reese, how's it going, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm excited. I feel like you and I are recording all the time, and I'm super excited to jump on back to the show and talk about some prospects.
Absolutely. It only makes us better, doesn't it? I feel like you and I are partnering or working on something all the time now, and they say absence makes the heart grow fonder, but I don't know. I feel like staying in close communication is making me quite fond of you, as if I had any room upward to go in that regard. If you're looking to bring your love of baseball upward, maybe consider prospectslive.com. We offer all of the best ways to make your baseball fandom even better. Your dynasty leagues, we can help. Card habit, we can help. You want some live looks to know who the best prospects are for your team coming soon? We can help. Prospectslive.com. Memberships start as low as $5, so check them out. All right. Today, we are talking about some of our favorite things, Reese, starting with some of the youngest players in the game. If you're ready, I'm ready. I'm ready to talk. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Onward and Excelsior. First of all, Reese, what would an episode of Pass the Show be unless we were talking about the Red Sox infield? The check has kept coming from the Red Sox, and so we're going to keep talking about it. So the number 2 prospect in the Sox system, that is Marcelo Mayer. My middle infielder has a first name. It's Marcelo. My middle infielder has a second name. It's Mayer. Reese. Alex Bregman, a significant quad injury, going to keep him out a couple months. Who else to fill the gap? Marcelo Mayer. He's come up, and it's time for Mayer. What are Red Sox fans going to be looking for from this exciting young prospect they've been waiting on for a couple of years now?
Yeah, since they drafted him in the top 5, the Red Sox have been clamoring for Marcelo Mayer, and rightfully so. He shows a blend of above average to plus contact with average to above average power. So we're talking about maybe very similar to what his AAA line was: 271, 347, 471. I think that's sort of the what we can expect from him. I think that his safety and floor, his floor is very low, but his ceiling's very high.
Yeah. A lot of range for outcomes there.
Sorry, he's a high floor prospect. I don't know what I'm talking about these days.
That's okay. That's all right, man. Yes, Mayer does have a great base level of solid contributor at the major league level. Is kind of what I think of when I think of him. I think that there is room, obviously, for more on top of that, but I think Mayer's going to be one of those very consistent, steady presences in the Red Sox lineup that allows for guys to be a little more fluctuant or a little more streaky. If that's not really the best word to say about a prospect, but it's more realistic, I think. So Mayer's going to be a good one there. Do you think, Reese, we're talking about Marcelo Mayer, of course, do you think that Mayer is with the Red Sox now for the long haul? Or is this maybe just a temporary fix until Alex Bregman is on the mend?
I think that this is a temporary-ish fix. I think that he can sort of fill in a few different positions. We've already seen him play shortstop. We've already seen him play third base. Obviously, he can go DH. He can honestly go play second base if they really need him to. There's a lot of holes that he can fill, and like Trevor Story has not been the beacon of health in his Red Sox tenure, so maybe there's a chance if there's an injury there, which I'm not hoping for by any means, but there's a chance for him to allow for more extended runway. And honestly, I think that with the way he's performing and what he's shown, he should get some more playing time after that. Maybe he can go play first base, picks up a first base glove, because I do need that first baseman. So there's a lot of avenues for him to produce for this team.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny you bring that up because obviously the first base hole is an interesting one. We know that Christian Campbell has been getting reps at first base. Just announced today he's going to start a game at first base this weekend in Atlanta. So the Christian Campbell experiment at first is a go. Do you think that Mayer is going to any kind of first base time realistically, or is that maybe just this is the last emergency cord we have to pull?
This is the last emergency cord we have to pull. They really don't want to have to play him there. I don't really think they even want to play Christian Campbell there. I think it's going to be interesting. I wonder if Atlanta's going to bunt hit that way a lot and, attack him and see how well he is doing there. Although he's a good enough athlete, he should be able to figure it out. That is Campbell. So I think that it's just a spot that I'm I really hope that Mayer has a chance to just cement himself and just be a big leaguer for the rest of his career.
Yeah, I think that's what Red Sox fans are looking for as well. Uh, do you think that this call up has anything specifically to do, or does it jeopardize the futures of either Ceddanne Rafaela or Christian Campbell in any major way, or do you think this is just let's get our best guys in the lineup?
I think it's just finding the best way to Voltron together their best lineup. Rafaela, as of today, hit a home run. Shout out to him. Shout out to the Rafaela fellas. And Campbell, I think he's got the money, so he's going to be there for a while.
Well said, sir. Let's move along, Reese. The Pirates call up their number 7 prospect to the majors. You very wittily wrote that some call it witchcraft, some call it Ashcraft. Braxton Ashcraft, promoted, made a clean debut in the MLB, tossed 3 innings, only gave up 2 hits, struck out 1, no earned runs. Curious, Reese, on your thoughts about this promotion. What was Ashcraft doing in AAA for the uninitiated, and what are you looking at him to do going forward?
He was doing a really good job of getting swings and misses. I mean, he was striking out. Let me pull that up real quick. He was striking out 25% of the batters he's facing, which is sort of what you want to see. He was only walking 8.7. He wasn't giving up a lot of runs. He was, doing it by mixing and matching a few different pitches. He's a guy who can throw like 3 or 4 different pitches. He's got a good fastball. The slider's really good. The curveball is really good. The changeup flashes, and the command's there, as you can see by he only walking 8.7% of the batters that he faces. And that's sort of what I can expect going forward. I think he's very comfortably a mid-rotation starter going forward.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at as well. I feel like Ashcraft is honestly, is it a bad thing to say that he's a viable trade chip for this trade deadline, Reese?
I don't think so at all. I think that this is a team that really needs to trade from their pitching excess. We've been saying that for 2 years now, to get that quality major league hitter that they sort of need. And Ashcraft would kind of be the one that I would be most willing to move if I was them.
Absolutely. We were talking about it before the show kicked off here in earnest, Reese, but I'm curious, and I'm sure a lot of people at home would echo our producer, Evan, his thoughts. Why call up Braxton Ashcraft instead of Hunter Barco, Thomas Harrington, Bubba Chandler? All these guys are ready to go, and yet we're going to call up Braxton Ashcraft. Any thoughts to the rationale there, sir?
I honestly don't understand the rationale. Maybe it's just as simple as it was his turn in the rotation, and that might be most of it. But there is some weirdness going on with the Pirates. They're not calling up Chandler, who has proven to be ready. Harrington also provides something. Barco's also really, really good. So I think that it could just be as simple as it was Braxton Ashcraft's turn in the rotation.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Really quickly on Chandler specifically, do you think that this is some kind of service time manipulation bit, or is it mainly just look? Let's just wait until it's absolutely necessary. You and I say it all the time, Reese. These guys have a limited number of bullets. Why are we spending them at AAA? But do the Pirates know something that we don't?
I don't think they. I mean, they do obviously. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say I know better than the Major League Baseball organization. But as far as Bubba Chandler goes, we talked about it on a podcast recently. How do you get better against big league quality opposition? You face big league quality opposition. If we're ever going to find out if Bubba Chandler, which was a very good hitter, a very good pitcher by the way, if we're ever going to figure out if he can do it, he needs to do it at the big league level. So it's just very wonky. It's very weird what they're doing with him.
Reese, wouldn't you know, the exact player that we were talking about, he who needs nothing more, Jac Caglianone. He continues to demolish minor league pitching. Is an MLB call-up coming soon? He was called up to AAA just over a week ago, mashing for Omaha right now. 6 games as of this recording. Jac Cags just casually slashing 346, 357, 923, with an OPS of 1280. Crazy stuff. 5 homers in 4 straight games. We said it the other day on a podcast, Reese, on Deck, which you can find on YouTube. This is exactly what else does Jac Cags need in the minor leagues? What are the Royals gleaning from seeing him continue to just bully minor league pitching? What are we gleaning here, Reese?
I don't think they're really gleaning anything. I don't understand why he wasn't called up. I mean, there was thoughts when John Rave, who shout out to him. I've always liked John Rave. I think he's been one of the more underrated hitting prospects and all. I'm surprised it's taken him this long to get a chance, especially with Drew Waters not being very good. Because it's just something that it's weird that this organization isn't trying to put their best roster in front of them. They're heading into a pivotal stretch of their season. They need to have big league quality at bats, and the only way we can find out if Jac Caglianone can provide that is against some of the best pitching in the world. So I just really think that this is a team that needs to have him up. And like I've seen all over social media, what has Vinny Pasquantino done to sort of hold him down if they want to put him at first base? They can put him in left field. They can put him at DH if they need to. There's a lot of different ways for this team to fit Jac Caglianone in, and I think it's just very weird that they haven't done it. He provides that offensive spark plug, and like you've mentioned in the past, like maybe this is a guy who's going to take some lumps, but maybe he's hitting 4-hole for their wild card in their wild card game.
Absolutely. I absolutely can't really say anything other than that, man. I think that right now the Royals need to pretty much just accept reality, as bad as it sounds. And, over the last couple of weeks, you and I and our dear friend Nate have done nothing but be the scorn of Royals fans across the internet. But I think we're going to be maybe this is just tough love. I don't want to speak for you, Reese, but I will. This is just tough love. The Royals could be better if you bring up Jac Caglianone. There are players in your lineup currently that he is better than, and it's not going to hurt him to start getting the reps that he direly needs at the major league level. Reese, really quickly, let's talk about an athletics prospect, speedster, number 5 prospect in that organization, Denzel Clark, an electric factory, hype man, exceptionally talented and exceptionally athletic. What is Denzel Clark going to bring to the Athletics?
The athletics could you really need that spark plug that Denzel Clark can provide. He's power, he's speed, he's a really good defender in center field. I stood next to him when he was in single A, and I didn't know that we were the same. I didn't know that human beings could look like that. We definitely were not. I felt really small compared to him. We're talking about a guy who has elite stolen base potential. He has elite power potential, but it's ultimately big swing and miss.
Sure. I think that, as you said, Clark is going to bring a lot of that electricity, athleticism. Maybe he is that spark plug for the Athletics as they're looking to continue on a season that has been far less disappointing than I think many would have projected it to be. The Athletics are 1-9 though over their last 10 games. Let's play a game real quick, Reese. On the scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being like 10,000 volts, 1 being a tickle. What sort of boost in terms of a jolt is Denzel Clark going to provide for the Athletics?
I think like an 8, like getting struck by lightning, but not getting struck by lightning twice, like the guy in I forgot the movie now. Dang it. That's not important. The guy who aged backwards.
Benjamin Button.
Yes.
Very good. And much like Benjamin Button, you will age backward and continue to look so much younger and nicer if you stay right there and stick around through the break. Because when we get back to Path to the Show on Bally Sports Live in the Stadium, we are going to talk about some of the hottest players across the minor leagues. So sit right there. Oh my gosh, you're looking younger yet. Reese, you too. Wow, it's contagious. If only it would come to me. Maybe by the time we get back, stay tuned.
Visit prospectslive.com for top prospects rankings, video, scouting reports, and live action write-ups. Join their Patreon and get exclusive insights to dominate your fantasy league. Stream every 2025 MILB game for free on Bally Sports Live. Triple, double, high, or single A, it's all here. And it's always free on Bally Sports Live.
Welcome back in here on Path to the Show on Bally Sports Live and Stadium. We're through the first 2 months of the MILB season, and we're going to talk about some prospects who had some really hot stretches over this couple of months. Let's take a look at someone who's been really, really hot, and that's Rafael Flores of the Yankees, the number 15 prospect according to Prospect Live. But I'd imagine that's going to be changing soon because Rafael Flores has been hitting like a madman. 306, 360, 549. He has the 6th best batting average in the Eastern League through 44 games. He leads the Eastern League in home runs. He is 2nd in the Eastern League with 34 RBIs. Do you think that he should be promoted AAA here soon, Drew?
Yeah, I'm going to go with yeah. Rafael Flores, I'm pretty sure we have seen him do all the damage that we need to see at AA. We talked just a minute ago about a player like Jac Caglianone, who's gotten a promotion and has done nothing but excel with it at the same time, really, we don't need to see him anymore in the minor leagues. I think that can be applied on a smaller scale to Rafael Flores with Double A. We really don't need to see what he can do at this level anymore. I mean, right now, over just about 110 games, we've seen 25 home runs, 11 stolen bases, an isolated power metric hovering right around 240. This is a guy that needs to be bumped up to a higher level of competition, to say the very least. And the AAA Rail Riders, Jesus Rodriguez and Rafael Flores, what a catching combination. They want me to be at every single game, apparently.
That's a lot of beef behind the dish, and I'm a big fan of
Oh,
Rafael
yeah.
Flores. I think that Rafael Flores is like a super underrated prospect. I think that his ability to contribute with power and like good plate approach, I think that he could walk a touch more, and that can kind of help as Austin Wells is not having the best season, only hitting 205.
Yeah.
Do you think that he could be up sooner rather than later? Flores, that is.
Ooh, again, that's tough because I'm curious with Flores or Rodriguez. I think either could. I like Flores. Ooh, that's tough. Who do I like better? Flores has really been killing it this year. Why not give him a shot?
Yeah, I agree with you. And speaking of guys who deserve a shot, Jacob Mizorowski, Logan Henderson recently got demoted. I don't understand what the Brewers are doing there, but we're talking about Jacob Mizorowski here. He is forcing the Brewers' hand to AAA with a 1.6 ERA over 10 starts. He's 3-1. He's tossed 56 and a third innings. He leads the International League with 71 strikeouts to only 22 walks. And this is someone who we've always been worried about the command. Hitters are only hitting 169 off them. The stuff is absolutely nasty. Why haven't we seen him with the Brew Crew, and why? And when do we think that'll be?
I think it will certainly be this year, this season. We've talked about how it will be this season. You and I in the preseason, it seemed like I might have been a little more harsh. You'll have to remind me your feelings from the preseason that Mizorowski would eventually be a reliever. And as of now, I've seen everything I wanted to see. I have seen the command gains. I've seen the control come around. I've seen the walks decrease while not losing anything on the strikeouts. I think the Miz is ready to rock and roll. I think that this is a huge bodied electric arm who could be a real difference maker for a Brewer squad that could use one right now to differentiate themselves from the Red Hot Cardinals, from the very, very talented Cubs. I think that this is an arm that they should look to bring up pretty soon. And I'm with you. I don't know why we send down Logan Henderson. Baffling stuff, truly.
Speaking of those Cubs, let's talk about Jonathan Long. He continually gets underrated. I mean, we probably honestly underrated him as well. He's our number 13 prospect in the Cubs system. I think he should honestly be pushing top 10 because look at the way he's hitting: 355, 420, 541 with an OPS of 961. He is second in the International League in batting average. He is fifth in RBIs with 37. He has 6 home runs on the season. He is tied for first in the International League with 61. What does the future look like for Long and the Cubs?
Well, here's the thing. I don't want to be a wait, or a but Jonathan Long was never underrated in the Drew Wheeler lists. In February, I had Jonathan Long as the number 112 prospect for fantasy. In our May update, I had him at 118. So no slide on his part, really just other guys that had to be bumped up, but that's just fine. Jonathan Long, as you said, is absolutely killing it this season. I do think that Long is a certain trade candidate. Reese, we've talked about it a lot, how you could pretty much write his name, not even in pen, in Sharpie as a trade candidate, and it's likely to be so. Like you said, 6 home runs on the season, 61 hits this year in the International League. Everything that he's doing says, call me up, call me up, call me up. Why aren't you calling me up yet? That's because we've got Michael Busch and Justin Turner, who are doing just fine for a team with deep postseason aspirations. But Jonathan Long's ready. He's a professional hitter with power. I think that whichever team lands him, likely, I think, as you said, Reese, for a reliever, you have come out the better.
I think that honestly, the long and the short of it, shout out to I think it's Zach Sort in the organization too. So that would be a great just duo to have back to back. But we're talking about a guy who, like I said, he could definitely be like, honestly, he'll get promoted with whatever team trades for him. Whether it's I don't know what the relievers are looking like. If the Rockies trade for him for Seth Halverson or Zach Agnos or something like that, we're talking about a guy who could come up and basically make his debut.
How about in division trade with the Pirates for one of their free agent relievers? Let the Pirates get a quality bat. Think about it.
I would like that a lot.
Who hangs up first? Y'all let us know.
Right? The only issue there is that I think Spencer Horwitz is going to be the first baseman. He can play second base too. But we're
Yeah.
not here to talk about
Yes,
Spencer Horwitz. We're here to talk about we've already talked about one Yankees prospect. Let's talk about another one in Bryce Cunningham. Bryce Cunningham is currently 5-1 with 2.14 ERA over 42 innings. He has 44 strikeouts to 10 walks. We're talking about pretty elite command numbers right there. 10 walks in 42 innings. That's pretty great. What is working for Bryce Cunningham here, Drew?
Cunningham is seeing a lot of things work. The changeup primarily. As we said coming into the season when we talked about the Yankees, this is, I think, as you said, the gas station is a phrase that you've termed this Yankees pitching development system, and I really liked it because obviously adding velocity would help Cunningham. It just beefs up the fastball. So you said what's working? I think the changeup is working. I think we're seeing a lot of the developmental traits start to get worked in. He's struck out 44 dudes, which is very impressive. The year started off rocky, though. Started off with 2 earned runs and then 5 earned runs. Recently, as of the 18th, was his most recent start. Another 2 earned runs. That came on the back of 2 home runs, though. It is just getting hit at the beginning of the year, but recently, again, the 2 home run game that did kind of blow him up a little bit against Baltimore's Class A advanced team. I really like what we're doing with Cunningham, though, and obviously, as a Vanderbilt prospect, one I want to succeed.
When do you think that we could see him in the Bronx? Honestly, me personally, I'm going to jump out in front of this. I think he's a prime trade candidate for them. He's been pitching so well; they can honestly get something that Yankees team really needs.
Agreed. I think we see him in the Bronx whenever the team he's traded to visits New York in the future.
Right, and with that, we're gonna take a trip to the Bronx maybe during the second break on Path the Show. Coming up, we're gonna recap the last week around the minor leagues. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Visit prospectslive.com for top prospects rankings, video, scouting reports, and live action write-ups. Join their Patreon and get exclusive insights to dominate your fantasy league. Stream every 2025 MILB game for free on Bally Sports Live. Triple, double, high, or single A, it's all here. And it's always free on Bally Sports Live.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Path the Show on Bally Sports Live and Stadium. You have made it back for the end of the show, and thank you for doing so. And as you know, at the last part of the show, we like to talk about teams that have really been tearing the cover off the ball as of late. So, Reese, shall we talk about a team from Sugarland, formerly the Skeeters, but now the Space Cowboys, the AAA affiliate of the Houston Astros. The Space Cowboys, yippee-yi-yi, 30-20 as of this recording, 8-2 over their last 10, buddy. They're first place in the East Division. Curious, who is stirring the drink for these Space Cowboys?
Shea Whitcomb, who was once featured in an Astros hype video right after they traded Kyle Tucker, but he has spent the entire season at AAA, 13 home runs, 6 stolen bases. He's walking quite a bit. He's hitting 250, 341, 521. I still think there's a chance for him to be a very fine bench piece for the Astros going forward.
Some may say a cromulent bench piece even. Colton Gordon, we know he's seen some time with the major leagues as well. He has spent most of his time with the Space Cowboys, but Reese, let's move along. Let's talk about a team from your native land of California, the Rancho Cucamonga, not Toros, Quakes, the single A affiliate of the Dodgers. They're 30-15 as of this recording. That's 66% win rate for you at home. Crazy run differential for these guys. 112 runs in their favor in 45 games. Woof. Next closest team, it's a 76 run differential in the California League at least. Reese, which of these Quakes are shaking the hardest and the fastest?
Well, the fastest is Kellen Lindsey. He's like one of the fastest people you'll ever watch on a baseball field. It is like poor man Trey Turner speed. But maybe poor man's not very nice. Trader Joe's speed. But Eduardo Quintero's kind of been he's been the best prospect on that team. I think 310 batting average, 8 home runs, 28 RBIs.
Nice. Reese, as always, let's tell the folks at home where they can find us between our episodes of Path to the Show.
You can find me basically everywhere, all over Prospects Live these days. We are covering the NCAA tournament on the College Daily Sheet. I'm writing the Minor League Baseball Daily Sheet. And then you can find me on our podcast On Deck, where you and I record once or twice a week, and we sort of just rock and roll with Nate Rasmussen. Where can they find you, and what are you working on?
Find me on the Twitter machine and Blue Sky at Drew is okay. And of course, like you, path to the show, find me there. Find me on Deck, on YouTube, and all your other podcasting places. And until next time, we really hope that you will continue to join us all season long, because we're still rolling down the path to the show. It is a golden brick road, if you will. So stick around. Valley Sports Live and Stadium. We will talk to you next time. For Drew, he's Reese. I'm Drew. Take care. Bye.
Visit prospectslive.com for top prospects rankings, video, scouting reports, and live action write-ups. Join their Patreon and get exclusive insights to dominate your fantasy league.